Hello everyone. I Shivam Agarwal, Assistant Professor of BCom Department in Jamtech School of in GIMS Engineering Management Technical Campus. I welcome you all in the lecture series of Management Information System. And in this lecture series, we are on the unit second of our course. And in this, we have completed sixth lecture of fifth lectures of our course. Now this is the sixth lecture of our course, that is a ER diagram. So how can we make a ER diagram? So in the previous lecture we have studied about the data models, and in which one model is the entity relationship model. So now in this we are also describing what is the ER diagram, entity relationship diagram. How can we make a entity relationship model or entity relationship diagram? So coming to the point, introduction to ER model. ER model is used to model the logical view of the system from data perspective, which consists of these components. So basically ER model is made up of entity type and entity set. So an entity may be an object with a physical existence, a particular person, car, house or employee, or it may be an object with a conceptual existence, a company, a job or a university course. So firstly we defined an entity. An entity is an object of an entity type, and set of all entities is called an entity set. So E1 is an entity having entity type student, and set of student is called a entity set. In ER diagram, entity type is represented as entity type student, so we are represented this in a rectangle box, and entity set we can represent it in a oval shaped box. So that's the representation of entity and entity set. Now coming to the attribute. Attribute are the properties which defines the entity type. For example, roll number, name, date of birth, age, address, mobile number are the attributes which define entity type student in the ER diagram and attribute. In the ER diagram, attribute is represented by an oval shape structure. So this is the attribute. Now the key attribute. Key attribute is the attribute which uniquely identify each entity in the entity set is called as key attribute. So we know that for example, roll number is the unique for each and every student. So in ER diagram, key attribute is represented by an oval with an underlying line. So with key attribute we can make an underline for that key attribute. This means it is a key attribute and it is unique for all the entity in the entity set. Next one is the composite attribute. So an attribute composed of many other attribute is called as a composite attribute. For example, address attribute of an student entity type consists of street, city, state and country. So in ER diagram, composite attribute is represented by an oval comprising of oval. So we can say that address is the entity, and for address there will be composite entity: street, city, state, country. So these are the other components of the entity, and we can say that that is a composite attribute. Now next one is the multi-valued attribute. So an attribute consisting more than one value for a given entity. For example, phone number can be more than one for a given student. So in ER diagram, multi-valued attribute is represented by double oval. Derived attribute. So an attribute which can be derived from other attribute of the entity type is known as a derived attribute. For example, age can be derived from date of birth. So in ER diagram, derived attribute is represented by dashed oval. So first of all we have to recall entity types. So there will be a attribute. Attribute is represented by a oval shape, and entity is represented by a rectangle shape, and entity set is represented by a round shape. So attributes are key attribute is represented by oval shape with underline. So that means it has a unique values in the entity set of each entity. And another one is the key. After key attribute there will be a composite attribute that should be make up of 3 and 4 attributes. Suppose that address can be made up of street, cities, state and country, so that is the composite attributes. And after that there will be another one attribute that is known as the multi-valued attribute. So multi-value attributes are represented by double oval shape structure, and multi-valued means any attribute which have more than one values for a single entity, that is known as a multi-valued attribute. Suppose that phone number, a student can have more than one phone number, so that's why attribute, this is known as a multi-valued attribute. And the next one is the derived attribute. Derived attribute means the attribute which can be derived from another attribute, that is known as the derived. So suppose that age, we can derive the age from date of birth, so that's why age can be a derived attribute. So coming to the complete entity type, students, with this attribute can be represented as, we can see here, student is the entity, so it can be represented in a rectangle box. Roll number, roll number is unique, or so it can be either represented in a single box, or it can be represented, if I want to make it as a key attribute, then I have to underline that roll number, name, date of birth, phone number, age. So that is a entity type. So we can see there phone number attribute as double oval because it is a multi-valued attribute, and age is a derived attribute, so that's why. And in the second, address is coming here. Address, so address is a composite attribute, so country, state, city and street are linked with this address attribute. So relationship types and relationship set. A relationship type represents the association between the entity types. For example, enrolled in a is a relationship type that exists between the entity type student and course. So and the diagram shows that student is an entity, course is an entity, and there will be a relation between these entities defined with the diamond shape box, and that is a student enrolled in course. So the relation is the enrollment in the course. Student और course के बीच में क्या relation है? Enrollment. So that's the point. Degree of relationship set means how much degree is that relationship having. The number of different entity set participating in relationship set is called a degree of relationship set. Unary relationship when there is only one entity set participating in a relation, the relationship is called unary relationship. For example, one person is married, so person married to, so a person can marry to a single person, so that's why it is a unary relationship. Binary means the whichever two entities in a relationship, that is known as a binary. So where there are two entities set participating in a relation, the relationship is called binary relationship. For example, student enrolled in course, so that's a binary relationship, student enrolled in course. These are two entities, two different entities, so that's why this is the binary relationship. N-ary relationships means the number of entities is participating in a relationship. The relationships is called N-ary. Whenever there is a n number of entities in a relationship, that is known as the N-ary relationships. So coming to the point, cardinality means the number of times an entity of an entity set participate in a relationship is known as a cardinality. So cardinality can be different types. So first one is the one-to-one, when each entity in each entity set can take part only once in a relationship. The cardinality is one-to-one. Let us assume that a male can marry to one female and a female can marry to one male, so the relationship will be one-to-one. Male married to female, or either female married to male, so that is a one-to-one relationship. It cannot be done like male married to female and male, so that's why it can be one-to-one. Many-to-one is that when entities in a one entity set can take part only once in a relationship set, and the entities in another entity set can take part more than once in a relationship set. Cardinality is many-to-one. Let us assume that that a student can take only one course, but one course can be taken by many students. So the cardinality will be n to 1. It means that for one course there can be n student, but for one student there will be only one course. So it means many to 1. So student, there are many students who are enrolled in a single course. Suppose that if I am talking about BCom honors, so the BCom honors is a combination of 40 student class, third year. So the 40 student enrolled in a BCom honors course. So the course is one and the 40 are the students. So the student is more than one. So that's why n there will be an NRE, and there will be a many to one, because students are many and relationship will be one. Coming to the next is many to many. When entities in all entity set can take part more than once in a relationship, cardinality is many to many. Let us assume that a student can take more than one course, and one course can be taken by many students. So the relationship will be many to many. So student M enrolled in n courses. So suppose that there are so many students enrolled in so many courses. If I am talking about in a college level, so there are so many students which are enrolled in so many courses. So that is a many to many relationship. So now we are here to display a ER diagram of a student and college. So ER diagram with the total participation of college entity set in study in relationship set. This indicates that each college must have at least one associate student. So without student there will be no college. So each college has at least one student. So a student is there study in college. So college is you can say that in the college we are seeing the relationship is a unary, means college study in college. Basically we have to study in college, so that's the unary relationship. So the student has a student ID, student name, student address, and that's the relationship between student and college is the study, and the college is the college ID and college name. So that's the ER diagram which is represented by student and college. So with the help of this you can make so many ER diagram. And the one thing is that in ER diagram there will be no fixed ER diagram for any problem. You can make with use of your mind you can make different types of ER diagram for a single problem. So that's your mind makeup, how many relation you want to pick up in that ER diagram. So that's depend on you. So that is the ER diagram step. So if I have to make a ER diagram for any problem, it may be possible that I have taking only 2 attributes, or it may be possible another person can taking a 4 or 5 attributes for the same ER diagram problem. So that's the I can say that's the beauty of ER diagram. It depends on the individual process of thinking, whether how many attributes he wants to use in the ER diagram. So that's all about the ER diagram. So in this lecture we have studied about what is the ER diagram. So there will be in ER diagram there will be an entity set, attribute and relation. These 4 things are there, and we know that entity can be represented with the help of rectangle. Any person or anything, any object which we want to represent is known as the entity, and it can be represented by a rectangle box. And the next one is the entity set. Entity set is the combination of entities. So that should be represented by a round shaped structure. And now coming to the attributes. So attributes are represented by a oval shaped structure. Attributes are maybe phone number, name, age, date of birth. These are the attributes, means these are the qualities of the entities. So one is the key attribute. Key attribute is defined as the unique attribute. Suppose that in a entity set there are 4 students. So key attribute I can say it may be their mobile number is maybe a key attribute. So for key attribute we can say entity attribute oval shaped underline with underline, so that is a key attribute. Another one is the composite attribute. So composite attribute is that when there are more than 2 or 4 attributes are making a one attribute. Suppose that address, so for address there are name, street name, city, and zip code, country. So these are the attributes which making a single attribute, that is known as the address. So that's a composite attribute. And the another one is the multi-valued attribute, which the attribute which have more than two values, more than one values, are known as a multi-valued attribute. And the another one is the derived attribute, so which can be derived from another attribute, is known as the derived attributes. And the cardinality, we have defined one to one relationship, one to many relationship, many to one, and many to many relationships. So that's the cardinality. So that's all about the ER diagram. Thank you for the day.